This video from ex-Cultboy right here provides a fascinating snapshot into life growing up in the Exclusive Brethren Church. Now, while I don't belong to any particular religion, I do have one experience. Back when I was a working musician, I was in a quartet and we performed at an Exclusive Brethren school. Our music director was the violin teacher of one of the students, so we were there to be part of the end of term prize giving performance, and the student in question was performing as part of our quartet, which was pretty cool. I want to point out that I didn't know that this was an Exclusive Brethren school until we arrived there. I had heard about the Exclusive Brethren before and watched a few documentaries about this particular religious group, but it was when we arrived at the school when we found out that it was an Exclusive Brethren church school. This is the opinion of, say, an outsider looking into a school in this particular religious organization. On this particular day, and I still can't think why, but I had decided that day that instead of wearing a dress to the performance, because when you're in a quartet you typically wear all black, so I decided to wear some very nice smart black trousers to this particular performance. Now, once we were at the school and after we'd done our rehearsal there with the student, we got out on stage and it was really eye-opening once we were all there. Not exaggerating here, I was the only female in the entire auditorium who was wearing trousers. All the other ladies, including the teachers, they were either wearing dresses or skirts. Obviously, the female students were wearing a skirt as part of their school uniform, but talking about the other adults, the other adult females, none of them were wearing trousers. All of the mothers, I swear, had the same hairstyle, which was partially loose but also clipped back, like on this side. I'm not kidding, they all wore the same hairstyle. And as for the female students, I didn't see a single female student with short hair, like a normal haircut, let alone anybody with dyed hair or most of the girls had like either possibly ponytails, but mostly braids, like one braid or two braids. Like they all had the same, like they didn't cut their hair. I don't know if that's a thing in the Exclusive Brethren, that women don't cut their hair. Now, we only performed for a short segment of the prize giving. We weren't there for very long, but I did find it was a very surreal experience. And from what I gather, in Exclusive Brethren school, people who are part of this organization are heavily discouraged from pursuing a university education, and a lot of people, once they turn 18, they end up like going straight into the workforce within the organization. A lot of I think the teachers who were working at the school were very likely from outside of the church. So it was a pretty strange experience just being in this school environment. It was not like being in the real world. That's just the feeling that I got. I guess it's the consequence of cultivating this environment that is so insular, that the moment you have people come in who look a bit different, you just can't help but stare at them. It's just weird. But it's like these people are just so insulated that anybody they come across who is like remotely different looking, even, I don't even have words.